If only you knew the apathy of the grey side. Join with me, and your journey toward whatever it is you're actually looking for will be complete.
I'll never join with you.
Let's try this another way. We don't actually have to fight. We're both wanting to go to the same place. So why don't you hitch a lift, and we'll just go there together.
Actually, that sounds pretty good. I'll sign up.
Hello and welcome to another episode of ShowHammer, where at the moment we're reviewing every episode in quick review format, very much off the cuff and unscripted. We're reviewing Ahsoka. So, episode 4, it keeps up the pace of episode 3. So the first two, they're very much introductory, they're slow. Episode 3 really steps up to the mark and it starts being good. And episode 4 continues that. We've got a couple of major fight scenes where there was actually some pretty good choreography. It also helped to establish through the medium of action and fight scenes that Ahsoka and Sabine are very, very different characters. And it came to me as I was watching it that it's very much like the prequel trilogy, where Ahsoka has taken on the role of Obi-Wan, although she's far more restrained, you know, she's far more zen, far more stoic, let's put it that way, than Obi-Wan ever was. But Sabine is Anakin Skywalker. Highly emotional, motivated by dealing with the problems of her friends. Everything is on her all times and she has to save the day or people will die, that kind of attitude, and doesn't listen to instructions. So it's Anakin and Obi-Wan all over again, which is quite an interesting dynamic given that Ahsoka is essentially the Padawan of Anakin. So she's switched roles now. Well, kind of. I do remember the meme that goes around. I can't remember whether it's actually from the show or whether it's just like a refined idea from the show of the Clone Wars, where Anakin says to Ahsoka, What did I teach you about disobeying the Council's orders? How? You taught me how. It's that kind of attitude. That's what Sabine is doing now. So it is interesting the way that they've placed the characters in these roles. I still don't think the robot guy played by David Tennant is the best sort of character. He complains far too much and reminds me of C-3PO too much. And it feels like they're trying to have that kind of character again, which doesn't work for me because I never liked C-3PO. He's a bit whiny. But never mind. But for the storyline itself, very little actually happens. Where we left off in episode 3, the ship is on the ground trying to be repaired. By the end of episode 4, it's repaired. All that happens in between is that since the ship needs to be repaired, the two Jedi go off and try and find the map, and the two Dark Jedi try to stop them. What really gets it together is the ending, where it's like the last temptation. The way that Palpatine tried to tempt Luke with taking Vader's place, the way that Palpatine tried to tempt Anakin and succeeded in episode 3, spoiler alert, and things like that. It's the new guy who I still want to call Kabeoth. I'm sorry, it's Heir to the Empire. I still want to call him Kabeoth, but he's not. He's like Lord Bane or something like that. So they're using the idea of the Sith titles as like Lord X, Lord Y, and Lord Z and all of that. But they're not representing him as Sith. He's more like a fallen Jedi. In fact, the episode is called Fallen Jedi. It's tempting Sabine, join us. We know what you want. Your friends are saying, leave your friend behind. I'm saying, come with us. Our goals don't have to be different. Our goals can work together. We're going to this place. You can come with us. Your friend is not part of our plan. We don't have to hurt him. We don't have to hurt you. Come and join us. And he comes across incredibly reasonable. It's really, really well done. The temptation is clear from our point of view as the audience. We know what's going on here. This is Palpatine suggesting that actually if you just come over to this side, Skywalker, we can help with the problem that you have, because you know that only you can help save Padme. So why don't I help you save her? Come and join me. It's that kind of temptation. Lord Bane is trying to make Sabine fall, essentially. But what was really, really interesting is that Lord Bane comes across really, really affably. He's very calm, he's very considerate, and yeah, we don't have to be enemies. Join us. Whereas his grumpy little apprentice, she just fights. She's all just fighting. It's Darth Maul. She's Darth Maul. And it's interesting. So he's the Emperor, she's Darth Maul, and they've got the same stylings there. One is the carrot, one is the stick. But what I found very interesting is while she's fighting Sabine, there's a brilliant line. All she says is, "You have no power." Which is exactly what Sabine thinks of herself. She's been struggling all the way through with the idea of, oh, I'm not really a Jedi. I'm following this line because Ezra said that I should, and I'm trying to do what was best from his point of view and trying to keep alive his legacy because my friend's gone, and if I don't, then everything we did is in vain. That kind of idea, very much in her character, very much Anakin Skywalker. But she doesn't believe she's got any Jedi power. And little mini Darth Maul here literally just says that to her face, which is the brilliant part of it. Because if this is planned and those two are working together, which of course they are because they're both the Dark Jedi Master and Apprentice, was she told to say that in order to facilitate the next step? If you think about it, it's very interesting, because if it's not, it's just her targeting a perceived weakness in her enemy, which is perfectly valid strategy. Really good strategy, in fact. If you're in a battle and you can see that there's a weakness from an enemy, go for it. That's battle tactics. But if it's more than that, and it is carrot and stick, then her saying, "You have no power," undermines the ability in Sabine's head for her to be able to fight these two. And then the big guy comes along saying, "You're already wondering whether you can fight us. You know you don't think you can. I know that I can win, but we don't have to fight." How good is that? Which is why I'm really, really enjoying this show. I am quite happy this week to give this a ShowHammer score of 10 out of 10. It's really that good. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and I'm really, really looking forward to where this is going next. But that's all we've got time for, because this is, of course, a quick review, and we will go fully in depth after the series is finished with a proper retrospective. But until next time, what are your thoughts on this one? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was better or worse than previous episodes? Do let me know in the comments section down below. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson. You've been watching ShowHammer. I'll see you later. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey 82, Mo Henry, and George Botterini. Thank you so much, guys.